right, there we go. Hello, I'm so sorry about that, everyone. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Much Ado About Gaming. I am Jessa Blackthorne, and I apologize for the technical difficulties that we have just experienced. But we are starting strong, and I hope you all can hear me clearly now. If you can't, please let me know in the chat so I can fix it. But I think we should be good. Hello, I hope everyone's having a wonderful week. I am certainly doing great, and I hope you're all doing great too. And we've got a great show for you today. We're going to talk about Jinja, which I'm really excited about. But before we do that, we got some interesting stuff going on, and the first thing we're going to talk about is the board game news. So this is very exciting. Noodles is clearly very excited about it. For those of you who are new to the show, that penguin mascot that you see, his name is Noodles. He is adorable and we love him very much. And this week we are so excited to announce that our game Fantasy Realms has been nominated for the 2021 Kennerspiel Award. Now, Kennerspiel is an award. It's part of the Spiel des Jahres umbrella. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I don't speak German. I'm sorry. It's part of that umbrella, and what Kennerspiel is, it's a newer award, but the award itself is for a connoisseur type game. So it's games that maybe, you know, aren't, they're a little more complex. They're designed for gamers who are deeper into gaming. While Fantasy Realms is of course very newbie friendly, and you know, it's easy to learn, it's easy to pick up. We're really honored to have it be part of these amazing nominees this year for Kennerspiel, alongside Paleo and Lost Ruins of Arnak. We're so honored and we're so excited. So that's very, very awesome, very exciting. If you want some info about Fantasy Realms, it's right above my head. It's a 3 to 6 player game, ages 14 and up, and it plays in 20 minutes, and it's only $19.99. And we just released a new expansion for it called Fantasy Realms: The Cursed Horde. And we also just announced last week on my show a scoring app for it. If you go to wizkids.io/FR-app, you will be able to use the free online Fantasy Realms scoring app to score your games of Fantasy Realms. It makes, you know, the end game a little bit quicker because you just enter what cards you're using and it'll give out what your score is. So it's really nice, it's really easy, it's really cool. It has all the cards in it, plus the expansion cards, so check that out. And we are, like I said, so thrilled to be nominated for this award, and so happy to hear it. And that's kind of the news update for today. We could not be happier to be part of this prestigious lineup of games. They're all so wonderful that, you know, just being part of it is really a huge honor for us. So next up, we're going to talk about what I'm playing. I don't have a sound effect for that one yet. It's still pretty new. But last weekend, or I guess over this past weekend, I should say, my friends and I had a game night. It was great. It was awesome to be able to see each other and play games in person. We're all vaccinated, so it was safe to do so. And, you know, we got a couple of WizKids games to the table, and I'm really excited about that. And we got to play some games that I've kind of played in smaller. I've played one-on-one, but I haven't actually gotten to play like a full-scale game of. And so what we played was Waddle, of course, because Noodles would get very upset with me if I didn't play Waddle. And of course, we also played Jinja, which I'm going to talk about more today. But we got a game of Jinja out on the table, and it's a very different experience when you get it with, you know, a larger group. We played with 4 players as opposed to just a 2-player game. I found it really compelling with a 4-player count. It didn't feel too long. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. And I have some pictures, actually, from our game night that I wanted to show you. I took these after we played. So you can see Waddle, the adorable art. You know, I can't stop talking about how great Waddle is, and I will never stop talking about it. So we have, you know, pictures from the game. the way we have the penguins placed, we have some cards, and so it was really a lot of fun. I actually did not win at Waddle. Noodles was very disappointed in me to hear that, and we also played Jinja, which is so gorgeous. It is just absolutely breathtaking, and I was so happy to be able to get these pictures of it because it really is gorgeous on the table. It's got an amazing table presence and is absolutely one of the best looking games I've played in a while, and now it's looping back to the Waddle photos, but I did just want to share those with you because I wanted to kind of really highlight how stunning and beautiful and lovely these games are, and the components are great, and I really wanted to show them off to you, and that is what I've been playing this week. I'm hoping to get another game night in with these friends soon, play some more games, get some more photos. So if you want to check out any photos that I post about my game nights, you can follow me on Instagram. I am _Blackthorne, and that is where you'll find me posting photos of any game nights I have and posting some really cool updates about everything, all the games, all the fun, all the games. All right, and now hello, now our feature presentation. We are going to talk about Jinja. Now, I am a big fan of Jinja. Getting it out on the table, especially with 4 players over the weekend, was such a success, and everyone loved it. It's so much fun, so easy to learn. I'm going to talk about it a little bit in the next slide, but I just, I'm so happy that I can talk to you guys about it. It's so much fun. Here are some official photos of Jinja to show you all. So you can see these are the official photos that we took, that we posted on our social media, on our website. Just kind of, they highlight really how beautiful the art is. I'm gonna actually I have a copy next to me that I'm gonna unbox as well. So I'll be able to, show off all the components, and I'll explain how the gameplay works. But I did just want to show off these photos first, so you can kind of get a really sense of just how breathtaking it is. Jinja is a 2 to 5 player worker placement game for ages 12 and up. It plays in 60 minutes, and it is $49.99. It is a great price point for the components that you get and the amount of gameplay that you get. There's a lot of variability in the game because you can vary your strategies quite a bit. It's very, very replayable. And there's also some cool, I would say they're kind of set collection elements. They're not really set collection elements, but you can have those elements introduced into your game, and I'll explain how that means in a minute. But suffice to say, it's a gorgeous game and so much fun. So I will what do I want to do? I will unbox the game for you, and then I'll kind of explain how the gameplay runs. How about that? We're gonna do that. Alright, cool. So I'm just gonna come back here so I can take out my copy, which is on the floor next to me. I hope I didn't knock anything over. Alright, so this is Jinja. Please ignore the green weirdness in the box. That is, of course, because the streaks are a greenish yellow, and they do not get along with my green screen. So, opening the box, you can see the cover art is really pretty. I really, really love the art design on this game. I think it's so nice. So, it's by Kevin Crosby and Corey Goff, and it's super well designed. Getting into the box, before we actually look at the components and the paper and everything, I just wanted to show off the sides of this. So we've got little kind of ads for each of our games: Bamuntu, Gates of Mara, Flotilla, and Etten. And of course, Etten and Bamuntu were part of my top 5 games last week, so I am so happy to see them represented here. Hi Benjamin, thank you for asking. No HeroClix news today. The show is not about HeroClix. This is a board game show. So we won't have any news about HeroClix that we're talking about. Always keep an eye on our social media. That's going to be the best place to get your HeroClix news. But thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you stick around to hear about this amazing board game that I'm talking about. And Ministry of Dice, I agree. The artwork is super cool. It's really stunning. It's got that kind of Japanese watercolor style, and it's really lovely. So next up in the game box, we have one of these little pamphlets. You'll see these in any WizKids games that you pick up that are newer, probably starting from Jinja on, but they just have little tidbits about some of our upcoming games, you know, and some of our recently released games, so including Jinja. An ad for Jinja in your copy of Jinja, which reinforces why you should buy Jinja, because it's that great. So here we have the rulebook. And I actually folded open the rulebook when I played it and forgot to fold it back. Here's the rulebook. So as you can see, it's really nice. It's really clear. So reading this rulebook, when I was reading it the very first time and when I was reading it on Saturday to teach it to my group again, because it's been a while since I played it, but I found it to be very straightforward and very easy to understand. There wasn't a lot of confusion about the rules in my group. So the concept of the game of Jinja. There we go. The concept of Jinja is that you've been commissioned by the Emperor to rebuild shrines around Japan. And the goal of the game is to earn the most points by building shrines, or it's honor actually. You're earning the most honor by building shrines and completing goals. Ministry of Dice. You're not wrong. But that's okay, you know, I'm just happy to have people tuning in and interested. That's what matters to me. But you're building shrines and you're trying to complete certain goals, and the goals are called omikuji. So they are on the omikuji cards, and I'll show you what those look like. But before I do, I want to show you the board, which is huge. So Kanto is green, so it does not, so this being all weird and see-through, it's because I'm on a green screen. It does not actually look like that. I don't know why my camera is flashing. I am so sorry. Give me just 1 second. I think I know why. But... close this. Okay, that should help with the camera flashing issue. I apologize, guys. But so yes. So anyway, so this is the board. I am very bad. I need a table so bad, but we're not done unpacking yet, so there's no table space yet. But once there's a table, I will be unboxing on a table, I promise. So you can see these are the tasks that you can do on your turn. Terrible at left and right, I'm sorry guys. So these are the tasks that you can do on your turn. You place your worker meeple on these, and they allow you to do different actions. And then these circles, these colored circles that you see, these are where you can build your shrines. So each territory has a different number of shrines you can build. I am terrible with left and right, oh my god. So each territory has a different number of shrines you can build, and each territory is also part of a region, and each region, I believe, is made up of 2 to 3 territories. So that will also actually impact your endgame scoring. Depending on what territories and what shrines you build them in. There's different ways that they will impact the in-game scoring, and I'll get to that in a moment. So these little squares, these are your honor trackers. So there's 5 player colors: blue, green, yellow, orange. Is it orange? It's orange. Orange and pink. I, of course, played pink because I love pink. Which I really like that we included pink in this. But we also have, of course, the worker meeples. So all the worker meeples are the same design, they're just in the different colors. So you get a whole bunch of those. And then, of course, these are, I'm not going to use the green one as an example because that would be bad. These, of course, are the shrine minis. So these, when you build... wait. Is blue gonna work? Blue is gonna work. Cool. So these are the shrines you build during the game. So you place these shrines on those circles in the territories, and that means you've built a shrine there. and that will affect how many points you get later in the game. How much honor you get. I'm so bad at sticking to the names of different point systems, but yes. So you also get this bag, and inside this bag are structures that you can build. So there are 4 types of structures. They have 4 different names. They are... The names of the structures aren't necessarily always kind of referenced in the game, which is why I don't remember what they are. So you have the Tori Gate, which looks like this. It's like a little red gate. You have the Chozuya. Actually, it's Chozuya, I think, based on the way it's written. Yeah, I speak Japanese, guys, by the way. Chozuya. You have a Kitsune statue. So it's a statue of a cat. Technically, it's a fox, not a cat. I don't know why. It's a fox. It gives me cat vibes in this picture because it's so small, probably. But it is a fox. It's like a fox god from Japan, or a fox deity from Japan. And then you have the Honden. No one heard that, guys. You have the Honden, which looks like a building, a little house. And now I'm going to need a moment because I just dropped the entire box on the floor, guys. So, how's everyone doing today? Tell me about your weekends. Did you have a game night this weekend? What did you play? Please tell me as I try to salvage this. Ministry of Dice, a story where? I'm curious what you mean. Do you mean about me speaking Japanese? Because there is a story to that. My high school had it as a language, and I grew up loving anime and cosplaying, so when my high school was like, you can learn Japanese, I was like, of course. That makes so much sense. I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna pick up everything right now. I can do that after the show. I'm just grabbing the things I need. Okay. So, some other things going on with this game. This is the first player token. The first player changes every round, so after everyone has taken a turn, a new round begins, and the first player token shifts clockwise to the next player. And that becomes really important because the first player has a lot of power, a lot of advantage at the beginning of a round. There's also these gold tokens, so there's ones that represent... Ooh! I'm having a day. Jump steady. I would like to think I was not the latter of those. I just really wanted to learn the language, you know. And I did. So the gold tokens, so again, they're yellow, so I apologize that they're weird on the green screen. There's ones that represent 1 gold, which I just showed you, and there are ones that represent 3 gold. They have 3 lines on them, and you'll definitely need those because you'll collect gold as you're playing and then spend it. But there are times where you'll collect a lot of gold at once. This is also going to look weird on the green screen. There's a lot of yellow in this game. So this is the fox token. Depending on the number of players in your game, every player may get a fox token, every player except one may get a fox token, so on and so forth. And the fox token is really, really powerful because it allows you to build a shrine in an area that you might not have access to normally, but if you keep it till the end of the game and don't use it, you get extra points at the end, and extra honor at the end of the game. So it's very cool, and it's very useful. And I was the first player in my game, and we only had 4 players, so I did not get a fox token. I did not get to use it. But I still won. Alright, so next up we have... Just break up the stack here. Yeah, okay. So next up we have... I am dropping everything today. Next up we have the Kitsune cards. So they look like this on the back. It's upside down. They look like this on the back. And there we go. Really gorgeous art, like I've said. They look like this on the back, and here's what they look like on the front. They all have different art, different things. And what these are is you deal 5 of these at the beginning of the game on the side of the board, and each round you flip over one, and that will have an effect that impacts the game for that round. So like, for example, the cost of shrines, because shrines cost a certain amount of structures, which you also collect. Those were the things in the bag. And shrines could cost, you know, 1 less of a certain type of structure to build. Maybe everybody gets gold. So there's different things. Everyone, you know, you could gain 3 honor for each shrine you build, which is a really powerful effect. Certain things like that. So it's a little bit of an extra, it could be an extra boost, or it could really hurt you depending on, you know, what's happening on that round. Next up we have the Omikuji cards. So you get these at the beginning of the game, and what they are goals. They're basically your secret endgame goals. So in addition to just growing your honor the normal ways by, you know, building a certain number of shrines, collecting honor as you're playing, things like that, you also will, everyone starts with a certain number of these Omikuji card goals. And these are kind of what you want to work towards. So like, for example, this one says, have a shrine in 2 different territories with a red lantern. So on the different territories, on each territory there's a lantern, and one of the things that you can do on your turn is activate the lanterns or flip the lanterns and then activate one. And if you do that, you get a bonus, but also if you have at the end of the game a shrine in 2 different territories with the red lantern, the lanterns have 2 sides, red and blue, you get 6 honor, because that's the bonus honor you earn for having completed the Omikuji card. So you don't want to reveal that to your opponents, because if you reveal it to your opponents, they're going to probably try to work against you, so they are secret. So like, some of them are a little bit easier. For example, control a shrine in Kyushu. So you gain 4 honor at the end of the game if you control a shrine in Kyushu. Some of them are straightforward but challenging. Control a shrine in Chugoku and Shikoku, and that gets you 6 honor. So they're different goals. They grant you different amounts of honor, and they're very helpful for boosting up your score. When I played on Saturday, I completed all my Omikuji goals, and it is the thing that kind of put me over the edge to win. So they're definitely something you want to pay attention to as you're playing. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is these are called deed cards. So deed cards are what allow you to build shrines in certain areas. So, for example, this is I'm trying to find one. This will do. This is a Kansai deed card. So this would allow you to build a shrine in Kansai, provided you have shrines available, and this dictates what combination of structures you need to be able to build that shrine. So in front of you on the table, you need to have 1 honden, 1 kitsune statue, 1 torii gate, and I forget what this is called, but one of these as well, or 1 torii gate. 3 torii gates, I can count. 1, 2, 3, there are 3 of them, so you need 3 torii gates, and one of these, and that would allow, and then you turn those in, and that would allow you to build the shrine in Kansai. Now, you can only build a shrine if you can land on that territory with one of your workers, and no one else is there, or you can pay 1 gold and build a shrine anywhere using that ability on the board. So there are different worker actions that will allow you to do that, but they're only accessible if no one else has already accessed them. So if somebody has already used the 1 gold to build your shrine, that's it. You can't build a shrine using that ability. And if somebody has landed in the area that you have the deed card for, so the deed cards are for the different territories, so this one is for Kyushu, it has different requirements, then you can't use that and build a shrine. You have to wait till the next round. So it adds a little bit of extra kind of wrinkling to the game because you're trying to race to get the shrines built in that area, especially areas or territories that have a really limited amount of space. Like some of the territories, I know Tohoku, for example, only has 2 places where you can build shrines. So if both of those have been built, you can't build another shrine there. So that makes it very challenging, but very exciting. It adds a lot of tension to the gameplay. Another thing to keep in mind is when you have a shrine built, you get an end of season bonus. Now each round of play is a season, or I don't know why I said you're going around once. That's incorrect. I'm sorry. I love you all. It's not going around once. It's everybody has a certain number of workers, and once everyone has placed all their workers on the board, then the round changes. Then you enter a new season. I don't know why I said it was the other way. I'm having a day. But at the end of the season, you get a bonus, and the bonuses activate in player order. So, first player, come on. There you can kind of see it. So, at the end of the season, starting with the first player, they will activate all their end of season bonuses, and then it will continue in player order, with players activating their end of season bonuses. This can be things like gaining honor. It can allow you to use one of the abilities of the worker areas. It can allow you to do a lot of different things, and so they can be really powerful. That's kind of, you can collect a lot of gold with that if you have a lot of shrines that give you gold. So it gives you, it pays to end a season with some shrines in front of you. I don't think we had any shrines on the board until at least round 2, the second season, because everybody was collecting, the structures to be able to build the shrines. But once the first player got their shrine down, that end of season, they ramped way up. They got super powerful super quickly. So it's definitely something you want to keep in mind. You really do want to focus on building the shrines because they can be very helpful to getting you to your end game goals. Now, one thing I did want to show you all, provided I don't drop it again, is I really want to show you guys the insert for the game because it's really beautiful. One second here. Fortunately or unfortunately, not everything fell out of the box, so I have to take the rest of it out to show you all the insert. This is the insert. So it's really gorgeous. You can see it has the game logo on it. I'm trying to be able to see what I'm doing. Yeah, so it has the game logo on it. There we go. Game logo on it. It has nice spaces for all of the components. It has this kitsune cutout on it, which you put the first player token into, and I don't know where that is to show you. But it's an awesome insert. It's perfect size for everything. You also will get, you don't have to use them. I did not use them when I put everything back the other night when we played. But it comes with little baggies for the shrines. So there's one for each set of shrines. There's baggies for the workers. There's also a little baggie, I mean you saw these, for the components. So it makes it very easy to keep track of and sort the components. So that's really nice. Yeah, I love this insert. It's stunning. It's awesome. So definitely something to keep in mind. But that is all the components for Jinja. I probably haven't been the best at explaining it exactly, but I hope that I've given you some sense of how the game plays. It's a lot of fun. It's got a lot of tension. There's, so many different ways to win. It kind of, to me, it reminds me a lot in the way of like how many different strategies you can use to win. It reminds me a lot of Scythe in that. It's not exactly like Scythe, but just the level of variability in the game, I think, to me is reminiscent of Scythe. But this is, if you want to kind of see what a game looks like set up, we have that right here on the rulebook. So that's what it looks like. It does require a good amount of table space. It's not a huge game, but one of those, long plastic tables that fold out would be the perfect size for this. You could use a card table. It has a very it has a good table presence, and it does take up a more space than, you know, a lot of other games. I mean, the board will give you a sense of the amount of space you'll need. You'll need some space around the board for your cards and your tokens, but it's absolutely... Oh, I don't have my mask die. Oh no, I think my friends may have it at their house. The game also comes with a D6. It's a mask die. As one of your worker placement options, you can place a worker on a certain spot, and it will allow you to roll the mask die, and that will give you a bonus. And 4 of the sides have just standard bonuses, but 2 of the sides have special bonuses that will also allow you to flip lanterns to kind of upgrade them during if you roll that side. So it's whatever bonus you get on the board for that roll, plus you get to flip a lantern. So that's really cool, and I'm sorry I don't have it. I don't know what happened to it. It must be at my friend's house. I will have to call and complain to my friend and get it back for you guys, which means I guess we'll have to have another game night. Oh no, how terrible. Alright guys, well that is Jinja, and real quick, Noodles wanted to take another laying position for the end of the show. I hope you all are having a wonderful week. I hope that you are staying safe. I hope you're staying healthy. I hope that, you know, if you're having game nights, you're being safe about it. You know, definitely Jinja is one that I think would be great for a game night comeback because it is very easy. It is very, you know, fun to play. I'm Ministry of Dice. I know. I'm sad. It's a gorgeous... Oh, wait. There it is. I found it. I found it. So here's the D6. Oh. Okay. So you can see that's what the standard bonuses look like. They have a circle. Wait. We're gonna get this. There you go. So that's the red bonus. That's the blue bonus. This is the other red bonus. So this is the special one that allows you to flip a lantern, and then this is the special blue bonus that allows you to flip a lantern. I'm holding it upside down. I can't tell which way is right. But yeah. So it has a star for the special bonuses. The age recommendation on Jinja is 12 and up, and I definitely don't think it's too challenging to play. It's not particularly hard to learn. It's very, like I said, it's straightforward. It's like all games that kind of have a lot of components and a lot going on. It's a little overwhelming the first round and reading the rulebook, but once you sit down and you start playing it, it's very easy to pick up. It's super straightforward. Like I said, the rules are laid out really, really well, so it's definitely going to be easy for you to pick up on it and understand it, or know anyone in your group who might be younger. It's not a game that is overwhelmingly confusing. We had a younger player in our group and they picked up on it fine, and they did really well, and I think they came in second place actually. So, you know, definitely 12 and up I think is the right age range. You could probably skew a little younger if they're, you know, a little bit more advanced, but that's up to you and your group. But definitely, you know, not a challenging game to pick up once you start playing. I'm one of those people who once I get like, I glaze over during the rulebook part, but once we start the first round, everything clicks, and I know a lot of younger players especially are like that too, and that's something to bear in mind, and I picked it up very, very easily. But yes, so I hope you all have a wonderful week. Get some games out on the table. Please have fun. Stay safe, stay healthy. I do not have a good sign-off yet. If you have a suggestion for my sign-off at the end of the show, be sure to leave it down below in the comments. I will read them all, and I would love to come up with something fun with my audience and with all of you. Have a wonderful week. I think I've said that 4 times now. I love you. Noodles loves you. We will see you next week. Goodbye. Goodbye.